the notations, and it reminds us of the notations that we're going to use. For the derivative f prime of x, and that's a little apostrophe, and we call it f prime. Df dx is the derivative of f with respect to x. It kind of replaces the algebra version of delta f over delta x, or delta y over delta x. So this is the calculus format of this algebra function. It's also called an operator, and that's how it appears here. That says I'm going to take the derivative, and you're going to see me use this very frequently as we go through the rules. The derivative with respect to x of f of x. That and this, the variable in the function should be match the variable in the denominator. Yes?
Can it be called dy dx?
Dy dx is another version of this. Remember, f of x is just another name for y. I can call this y prime instead of f prime of x. Quite frequently, we will actually do that. I could call this dy dx, because instead of having it in function format, we can write it as y equal, right? And that's where this would come in as well. This would be d dx of y. So absolutely. Dy dx, by the way, is very common. Very, very common. The first rule of differentiation is going to be the constant rule. And some of these I'm going to develop using the definition of the derivative. Remember what the definition of the derivative is. It's the limit as h goes to 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x, all divided by h. So all of these rules that I developed from scratch are going to be using the definition of the derivative. So if I know that f of x is equal to c, then f of x plus h, well, there's no x's, is just c. F of x is just c. So what are you going to have? You're going to have c minus c divided by h. 0 divided by h is 0. And the limit as h approaches 0, and essentially of 0 equals what? The limit as h approaches 0 of 0 is 0. Is there an h at all in 0? It's a constant. Now, what is it telling me? The derivative rule is that the derivative of a constant is 0. Or if I'd say, for example, if y equals 100, y prime is what?
0.
0, yeah. Derivative of any constant is 0. If f of x equals -4, then the derivative, f prime of x, is 0. Because the derivative of a constant is 0.